So here are things that you should never say at visa interviews if you are sure you want that visa. Do you want it? Now, if you want it, these are things that you should not be caught saying at visa interviews. Now, the first thing is, I don't know. Yes, I know you may not know. It's okay. It's okay, absolutely okay not to know. But instead of using the word I don't know, say things like, I cannot confirm that right now, but this is what I know. For example, you say, they might ask you, you're going to visit a friend, and then it is expected that you would be prepared for your, interview by, you're going to visit a friend, let's say in the US, and then you're being interviewed that, okay, what does your friend do? Where does your friend live? Where is your friend married or single? What does this friend do in the US? Something like that. You cannot say you don't know because you are going to see that person. So you need to show that you have also, this person is close to you, because you'll be saying that with someone that you're not close. Yes, I know there are people who have sisters or family members that work abroad and they don't really know the exact place where they work. Some people don't pay attention to those things. Yes, I know there are people like that. But instead of saying, for example, they say, where does your sister, work at the moment? You're like, I cannot confirm exactly where she is now, but I know she used to work with XYZ. You just leave it there. Where does your brother live? You should know where your brother lives because that's where you're going to. That one is very simple. You should know that. You should avoid using the word I don't know. At best, explain, what you know, and then just say you cannot confirm that information at that point in time. So I hope that helps. Now, another thing you should avoid saying, talking about at interview is previous denial. Like you would, at most physical interviews, you would not, you would be rarely asked if you have been denied a visa. Now, if you're not asked that question, do not volunteer because it's not relevant to your application. If it was relevant, they would ask you. If they needed to know, they would ask you. So don't discuss previous denials that you've had either with that particular embassy. If you've had one with that embassy, they already have that record. So they'll probably be asking you and it will be a yes or no. If it's about any other country, which, yes, they might ask you in the visa application form, but when you show up for an interview, they are not really interested in other countries. They are interested in that country. Now, if they ask you, relating to that country, of course, you should not lie. You should volunteer that information. Do you know why? Because they have a record of that information already. And you would ask me, okay, if they have record, why are they asking me? They want to know if you would tell the truth. So imagine someone has information, the answer to the question, and they're asking you and you said no and you lie. Now they're going to look at you, okay, if they could lie about this, what other thing are they lying about? And trust me, okay, don't trust me, but your visa application will be denied if you do that. So don't talk so much about previous denial, that you've had with other embassies. If they don't ask you, do not bring it up. If they ask you, yes, you should answer it correctly. And you should also understand why you were denied. Most times when you're denied a visa, they list like maybe 3 or 4 reasons or more why your visa, was denied. If you're asked, because most times they won't have record of that, of the reasons why you were denied at the interview. Just pick one. Pick the one that is least damaging. For example, if they say they denied you for 4 reasons, maybe the first reason was that you did not provide enough documentation to prove that your trip was genuine. 2, they said they could not guarantee that you had a job, or maybe that the bank statement that you provided, was not genuine, something like that. I would just pick the part that says I did not provide sufficient documentation, and then if you ask me why, I'm like, I would just say insufficient documentation. I would leave it there because you're not lying. And at that point in time, I don't think their interest would be in all the reasons why you were denied, but it would just be that you are sincere. And then once you're sincere and then they ask you what the reason was, you just pick the least damaging one because you're trying to look good before the present embassy. So I'm not telling you to lie, I'm just telling you present your case in a way that makes you look good. So I hope that helps. Another thing you don't want to say is that you don't have a job. Now, if you don't have a job and you don't have a means, you don't have anything you're doing and then you want to visit someone, so it means that someone else is paying for your trip. If that is your story, then go with it. But they wouldn't like you very much. You know why? Because you would need to show more reasons. You need to explain why this person is paying for your trip, and it has to be compelling enough. You would ask me, what is a compelling enough reason? That would depend on the circumstance, of the case. Now, if you say you're going on vacation and someone is paying for it, now vacation is reserved for people who actually can afford this, people who think they have worked hard or they have experienced something and then they just need time to go away. Yes, anybody can go on a vacation, but I'm saying if you say you're going on vacation, it means you can afford one. You can pay your bills at home and you're able to afford a vacation. Now, when you go and say you don't have a job, they wouldn't like you because it would be, okay, this person doesn't have a job. How are they going to pay for their trip? And then you're like, okay, someone is paying for my trip. My boyfriend is paying for my trip. Oh, I met a man online on Facebook and he's inviting me and paying for my trip. It will make you look good. Now, so you would ask me, okay, if I don't have a job, I shouldn't go for an interview. Well, basically that's, if you don't have a job, then it must be that you have earnings, you have investment, you're a rich kid, If someone left, you inherited a lot of money and then you can afford to pay for your trip because you have this money that keeps coming. You don't have a job, you're managing so much money that you need to take care of yourself, you need to go on vacation. Yes, but of course, even if you don't have a daily job, you should have a business. So develop your business, develop a business. The people who maybe they're into small businesses, no matter how small your business is, give it a nature that makes it look like, yes, you have something that you're doing. This is what you do. You're an entrepreneur. You're into buying and selling. You're a makeup artist. I'm just looking for the regular things where you would find most people other than in the corporate sector. You're into buying and you're a trader. You're into buying and selling. You own a small business. Use your business. Explain what you do. Don't say you don't have a job. If you have a business, that is a job. So don't just go there and say, oh, what do you do? I do nothing. Look for a way to package yourself. Package whatever you do. Look for words that would help, explain it and make it look, very serious. Throw words like entrepreneur. What exactly do you do? I trade. I'm into consumer goods. I'm into, just make yourself look good. Don't say that you don't have a job. They won't like you. It will not make you look good, and it would affect the outcome of your visa application. So I hope that helps. Another thing you don't want to say is that you don't have money. If they ask you, okay, how much do you have for this trip? Oh, I don't have money. My brother is going to give me money. Like, seriously. At best, how much do you, before you attend the interview, you already know how much you need for that trip. So at this point in time, your brother should have given you the money that he wants you to use, or maybe you have proof that the money is available. Don't say you don't have this money. Just say you've estimated the so and so amount of money that you already have prepared for that trip. So don't say you don't have money. If you're going on vacation, if you're going on tourism, they want you to bring money from your country and spend in their country. So when you say you don't have money, you already break their heart. You're already breaking their heart, and it would affect the outcome of your visa application. So don't say you don't have money. Instead, tell them that you have XYZ money which you have budgeted for this particular trip. It could be money that was given to you. It could be money that you have saved over time, but don't say you don't have money. If you don't have money, do not attend the interview. Go and save money and show up for your interview when you have money to afford your trip. So I hope that helps. Another thing you don't want to do is that you don't want to talk about, if you have family or friends or, distant relations or long-term, because they might ask you, do you know anyone who lives, for example, do you know anyone who lives in the US? Would you have family or friends in the US? And then maybe that one uncle that has been away for over 20 years, and then, oh, my father's brother lives there. Oh, what's your father's brother's name? They mention the name, and you don't know if that your father's brother is there legally. You don't know if they have papers. You don't know if they have sorted, if they have, a right, to stay in that country legally, and then you go bring up their issue. Now it's the thing is, if you're saying that's the person you are going to see, they will judge you like, okay, this person is there illegally, and then you want to go see this person. So I'm not saying lie, but why do you want to bring another person's problem into your into your journny? Now leave as many people, anyone that is not doing anything right. Even some people who pretend to, my uncle has lived in the US for over 20 years. Some of them are, they've not sorted themselves out. So why do you want to bring them into your visa application? You have a distant aunt that has been abroad for many years, and they're asking, what's the person's name? You go and mention their name. You don't know they don't have documents. They are there legally. You don't want to do that because it would ruin your chances. You should be focusing on your journey. They are not the ones being interviewed. Let them go and face theirs. You focus on yours. And then don't import too many people to your own visa application. Allow yours to be assessed on its own merit. So leave as many people out of your application as much as possible, and ensure that whoever you bring up in your visa application is in there, legally. Now, how would you know? You ask them. Because if they are not right, they will not want you mentioning their name. But anyone who says, oh, of course, this is who I am, they give you their details, their passport details, they will not be afraid to give that, because yes, I do have, I'm a citizen, or I do have a right to stay in this country, and this is my information in case they ask. So before you bring up anyone's name, check with them. That's an extra bonus. Check with them before you make any error that might affect you, that might affect you negatively. So I hope that helps. Another thing you don't want to do is, if you have, you're applying for a visit or a tourist visa, and then you claim that you're going to work, or maybe you're going to buy things. As I'm traveling, I will take things here and go and sell there. You should be applying for a different visa. So anything business-like, anything that looks like you're going to work on a visit visa is not allowed. And so you should not say that during your visa interview. One, you should not even engage in it, because you would be doing that illegally. So if it's illegal, then you shouldn't say it during the visa interview. So this is education for you, that once you're applying for a visit visa, you are not allowed to work. You are not allowed to buy and, taking things here to go and sell there is still working. So you're not allowed to earn money. You're just there to visit. You're just there to, visit and leave. So you should not tell them that you're going to do something illegal, because as a result of that, they will deny your visa, because you're applying for the wrong visa. If you think you want to go work, it's a different visa that you should be applying for. So I hope that helps. So thank you very much for joining me. My name is Ototom, and if you have any comment, leave your comment. If you have any questions, leave your questions here. I would respond to them. And then also hit the like button if you liked this video and then you want to see more videos like this. So have a good day. Bye.